All right, let's talk about how you, as an IT support engineer, can use VS Code to work smarter, not harder. Way smarter.
So, let me ask you a question. And seriously, think about your last week. How many times did you type out the exact same SQL query, or that same log filter, or that same canned response to a customer? We all do it, right? It's that tiny bit of repetitive work that just eats away at your day.
Well, here's a new rule for you. If you type it more than twice a week, it deserves a snippet. Period. And today, we're going to build one together. It's way easier than you think. Over the next few minutes, we're going to build a productivity flywheel. First, we're going to automate all that boilerplate with custom snippets. Then we'll get you moving through your work with essential keyboard shortcuts. And finally, we'll expand what you can do with 3 game-changing extensions. Let's get into it.
First up, snippets. This is ground zero. This is the foundation for wiping out repetitive work and getting your focus back.
And you know what? Creating a snippet is ridiculously easy. First, pop open the command palette. That's Command-Shift-P on a Mac or Control-Shift-P on Windows. This thing is your mission control for everything in VS Code. Next, just start typing Configure User Snippets and hit Enter. Then you just have to choose what language this snippet is for, like SQL or Markdown or whatever. That opens up a JSON file, and this is where all the magic happens.
Now, don't let the JSON files scare you. It's really simple. The prefix is your magic word. The body is the chunk of code that's going to appear, and the description just reminds you what it does. But the most powerful part? These little guys, $1 and $2. These are tab stops. When you trigger your snippet, your cursor instantly lands at $1. You fill that in, you hit the tab key, and bam, you're immediately at $2. It's like a guided way to fill in the blanks, saving you so many keystrokes.
And the best part? The second you save that JSON file, your snippet is live. It's ready to go. There's no reloading, no restarting. It just works. We're talking zero friction here. You think of a shortcut, you create it, and it's ready to use literally seconds later. Okay, so snippets are handling the what you type. Now let's talk about how you move around. Keyboard shortcuts are the next part of our productivity flywheel, and they're all about accelerating your motion and keeping your hands on the keyboard. Here are 5 shortcuts that are just non-negotiable for support engineers. We already know the command palette, but multi-cursor? Oh man, hold Option or Alt and just click on a few lines. You can place cursors on multiple lines at once. So imagine you have a list of user IDs from a log. You can instantly wrap all of them in quotes and add a comma, formatting it perfectly for a SQL in clause. Go to line is a lifesaver for giant log files. Just hit Ctrl-G, type the line number. Toggle terminal brings up your command line right there in the editor. And format document? It takes a messy, ugly query you copied from somewhere and cleans it up perfectly with one command.
All right, now for the final layer of our system, extensions. This is how we bring powerful external workflows like API testing and code investigation directly into VS Code.
First up is REST Client. If you ever have to test APIs, this is a total game changer. Forget switching over to an app like Postman. You just write your HTTP requests in a plain .http file. You define your endpoint, headers, body, everything, and then you just click Send Request. The most brilliant part is that these files are just text. You can check them into Git, share them with your team, and they act as living documentation for your APIs.
Next is Error Lens. This is one of those extensions where once you have it, you'll wonder how you ever lived without it. Instead of those little squiggly underlines for errors, it just prints the full error message right next to the line with the problem. You see the mistake the instant you make it. This creates an immediate feedback loop that just slashes the time you spend hunting for simple typos.
And finally, Git Lens. This thing supercharges your ability to investigate code. The killer feature for support engineers is the inline blame annotation. You just hover over any line of code and it tells you exactly who last changed it, when they changed it, and the commit message explaining why. When you're debugging an issue, this is like having a roadmap to finding the person with all the context.
So, we have snippets, shortcuts, and extensions. Let's see how this all comes together in a real-world support scenario. This is our productivity flywheel in motion. An alert fires. A service is down. You need to jump into the logs and write a complex logql query to figure out what's wrong, and you need to do it right now.
You don't panic. You don't start from scratch. Instead, you hit Control Backtick to see the alert in your terminal. In a new file, you type your prefix, logql, and hit Tab. The entire query structure instantly appears. Your cursor is already on the first placeholder, $1, ready for the service name. You type it in, hit Tab, and you jump straight to the next part of the query.
And here's the result. You've gone from a critical alert to a complete, syntactically perfect query in less than 10 seconds. No wasted boilerplate, no chance of typos. That is high-velocity support.
So I'll leave you with this question. Think about your own workflow. What's that one query, that one command, or that one email you type over and over? What's the very first thing you're going to automate with a snippet?